Today is Halloween, which means that this video is going to have a bit of a twist. Generally speaking, I build your silliest, stupidest redstone ideas, but today I'm going to be building your scariest, spookiest redstone ideas. You guys have been suggesting a whole ton of them on Twitter, all of them absolutely terrifying, so let's take a closer look. Now we're going to be starting things off with arguably the most horrifying of them all. Wolf Battle Duty OTP has asked me to build a Mumbo whose mustache comes off. Now as you guys know, I have got a rather lovely looking mustache right here, and I have recreated it in Minecraft. This guy is looking brilliant, if I do say so myself. But as soon as I flick this lever, he transforms into being what looks like a newborn baby. Honestly, he goes from being like a sergeant, a manly looking man, into someone that you would find in like preschool. So, I think that settles it. This thing is never coming off. Adraka has asked me to build a pumpkin that gives you a trick or a treat like the Temple of Notch. Now for those of you who haven't seen the Temple of Notch video, it's probably one of the most iconic redstone videos on YouTube. It's a big notch face in the side of a mountain, and as you travel through the system and come out onto a viewing platform, Notch will either cry and drop you down to your death, or give you a whole bunch of diamonds and gold. It seems like a pretty good deal to me. So we have recreated this, but instead of a lovely looking notch face, we have got a slightly scary looking pumpkin. I mean, he seems happy, but it's also quite scary. And if we hit this button, we will either get lovely celebrations like that, 5 diamond blocks, or alternatively, we will get the trick, which looks a little bit like this. Our pumpkin cries, and we get a whole bunch of splash potions of harming popping up through the floor. Now, of course, this system is randomized. You have no clue what you're going to get when you press the button, and you really are up to the mercy of this guy right here. Arguably one of the most popular redstone videos on my YouTube channel is my armor stand jump scare machine. I made it a good few years ago now, but still people use them to scare the pants off of all their friends, and Tomansky has asked me to make a new version of it. Now, I did try my best. It is quite difficult to improve upon that sort of thing, but I would say I've done a fairly good job. So here is the door that we all recognize, and when we stand on top of this thing, not only does the door get launched off and the armor stand pops out, but we've got an extra potion of harming that kind of explodes behind them, and we have the brilliant new sound effect. If you want to know how to do it, then just copy this. It really is perfect for Halloween. Cyril D. Tabero has asked me to make a pumpkin-shaped piston door. Now, we've got a lot of pumpkins going on in this video, and also I really struggled to build it, so instead I decided to opt for a skeleton-shaped piston door. Here he is, we've got both eyes up there, then we have the skull wrapping around just like this, and then there is, of course, the slack jaw that's kind of hanging off the bottom, and if you flick this lever down at the bottom here, you can see that everything opens up really nice and quickly, so that we can walk straight on through into our base. I can imagine this sort of thing would just be awesome for some form of haunted house or an entrance to an evil lair or anything like that, despite the fact that if you squint a little bit, it does just look like a really happy smiling face. You might have to ignore that. But I wasn't lying when I said there are a lot of pumpkin related things going on in this video. For example, that tech kid has asked me to build a pumpkin that can light itself. So here is that familiar face once again, the gigantic smiling pumpkin, but this time instead of being a trick or treat mechanism, it just sets itself on fire. And does it very loudly, if I do say so myself. I mean, can you imagine if you put one of these things on your doorstep? That'll be a fire hazard for the entire neighborhood. But, despite its slight danger, it is really, really simple to build. Just a handful of dispensers, fire charges, and redstone running into the back of them. So if you do want to know how to build it, then this should give you all of the information that you need. Swoosh E1 has asked me to make sharp teeth that open and shut. Now, I'm going to warn you about 2 things before I actually look up. Number 1 is that I kind of struggled with the sharpness thing. We're working in Minecraft with 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter blocks, which means that sharpness, well, that really is up for debate. But number 2 is that this thing is horrendously ugly. So prepare your eyeballs because... Oh, I can't believe I've managed to make something that looks this bad in Minecraft. I mean, that nose, the nose is quite something. The chin is also quite something. The hair is a lovely detail. And the reason for all of this is because, of course, I needed somewhere to place in all of the pistons. So we actually have pistons back behind here. Ugh, it doesn't make it any better though. You'll be happy to hear that I've made our lady better looking for this clip, but probably made her situation quite a bit worse, because George has asked me to build something that spews spiders from its mouth. Shudders. Yes, I would say that shuddering is probably the appropriate reaction to that situation occurring, especially when it's happening on such a massive scale. I mean, can you imagine what that would feel like? That many spiders coming up and out your throats? They'd definitely be coming out the nose as well if they're coming out at this speed. I mean, seriously, this is quite something to watch. And it makes a really cool shape on the way down. That looks like the monster out of Stranger Things. Thunder348 has asked me to make zombies that come out of the ground. Now, my inspiration for this one are those generally really bad scary movies where you see the hand popping out of the soil, reaching up for the sky, and then gradually the undead pulls himself out of the floor and starts chasing down humans and eating them. It's a good idea, but it is quite a lot more clunky in Minecraft. If we just hit this button, you can see that our grave actually drops down, then our zombie pops up, and then he's brought up to the surface, like almost like an automatic grave zombie reviving machine, which, please don't develop those in real life. That would be absolutely terrifying. But this guy is now ready to do the evil deeds and start eating people. Redstone-wise, though, it's pretty interesting. Double piston extenders, dispensers, and everything like that. If you do want to build one for yourself, then this is roughly how you do it. I promise you, this is going to be the last time that you see this pumpkin. Andrew Knapp has asked me to make a self-carving pumpkin, and I thought to myself, that seems pretty easy. We hit this button, and there it is. I actually hadn't tried this thing out before, but it's worked out pretty well. It self-carves itself, and also self-lights itself. Not quite as good as the fire, but you know what? I'll take it. And to wrap up today's video, possibly the scariest thing that I got suggested. Nico has said, me stopping YouTube. Well, yeah, I guess I can do that. So this will be the last video. I hope you've enjoyed all of them, and I'm off. Of course, I am joking. Before all of you start unsubscribing, which is actually the second part of Nico's tweet, that will be horrifying for me. I hope that you have enjoyed this scary Halloween-themed Minecraft video. I actually wasn't planning on doing anything like this, but then the idea came to me this morning, and I just thought to myself, I have got to ask Twitter to see what sort of things they have, and you guys have been super, super creative as always. So thank you for all of the suggestions. I hope you have a really great Halloween. I hope you don't get too scared by all of your friends, and also, I hope that you don't eat too many sweets because your dentists are going to hate you. You have to think of your teeth. I never used to do that, and then I got a root canal last year, and it is horrendously painful. You don't want anything like that going on. Anyway, ladies and gents, if you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.